When kids are afraid to talk to other people or worried about doing things in front of other people, they need guidance on how to practice and how to face that fear in a smaller, more manageable way. In this video, I'll talk about how to help kids with social anxiety and help them gain confidence and get more comfortable with things that are hard for them. At the end, I'll share the first step to get kids to talk in class, introduce themselves to other kids, or ask that crush out on a date, so be sure to stick around. You think your child struggles in social situations or performing in front of others. Maybe they got a low participation grade in class. Maybe they say they love soccer or gymnastics, but when it's time for the game or meet, they have a meltdown and say they don't want to go. Or maybe you see them agonizing over that text they're trying to send to the person they like. Now what? When kids are really stuck in their anxiety, they need support, help, and encouragement. Parents can help kids come up with a plan to gradually face their social fears. I want you to think about 3 things as you develop your plan to work on them. By the way, these 3 things can apply to facing any fears and worries, but in this video, I'm going to give examples related to social anxiety. So start small. When a child is really reluctant to speak, first have them answer a question in front of others that only has 2 choices. Say you're at a restaurant. In front of the waiter, say, "Do you want a hamburger or chicken strips?" Give them time to answer. Don't ask again. Wait for them to verbally answer. If after 20 seconds they really have trouble, take the practice down a notch and have them whisper their order to you. Then the next time you're at a restaurant, make it a little harder. Work up to the point where they can order for themselves and a waiter asks what they want. To help prepare your child, discuss what will happen on the way to the restaurant and again at your table before the waiter comes. Have them actually rehearse out loud. For whatever the social situation is, think about a baby step your child can take and help them practice ahead of time. Help them be successful with each small step before moving on to the next. If you want to kick your practice up a notch, talk about the things that could go wrong and figure out what they could do about them ahead of time. What if the waiter can't hear them and says, "Huh? What'd you say?" Practice being an annoying waiter with your kid first. So the next thing, pick something motivating. Remember, it's really hard to face fears and it feels uncomfortable. Have your child practice with something that will benefit him or that he likes. The end result gives them something to look forward to. So consider your child's interests and preferences and what he might find special or fun. You could practice ordering his own ice cream. After he does it, he gets the ice cream. Or he could practice asking a librarian for his favorite book. He'll have something fun to read at home. If you found this video helpful so far, I'd appreciate it if you tap the like button and let me know. And the last thing, give support after. Review what happened with your child after he practices, but save your own comments and feelings until your child's had a turn to reflect on it. It can be really tempting to jump in with excitement when your child does something new or something you're proud of. But try to give your child an opportunity to put their own words to the situation before you do. This gives them their own sense of progress and allows them to develop self-confidence. So first ask something like, "How do you think that went? How did it feel to do that? Was it like you expected?" Then offer your own comments and feedback. "You did something that you thought was scary. I'm really proud of how brave you were." Keep your comments positive. Even if your child messed up or it didn't go as planned, find something to say that was positive. Like, "Even though the waiter couldn't hear you, you kept trying. I'm proud that you kept going." Emphasize progress over outcome when you can. So back to your plan. I said to start small, but how do you really know what to practice or what a small step would be? Here's the first thing you should do to get your kid talking in class, introduce themselves to other kids, or ask that crush out on a date. You need to have a conversation with your child first. Any practice you do needs to help them confront whatever their fear really is. If they're practicing something, but it's not really bringing out their fear, the practice isn't going to do any good. So to figure out what their fear really is, you need to ask them. Try saying, "What's the hardest part about that?" Or "What's the worst that could happen if you did that?" What goes through your mind when you think about doing that? Is there something bad you think might happen if you were to do that? When you better understand what it is that they're afraid of, then you can help them practice. For example, let's say your teenager tells you that the worst thing that could happen is that the girl he likes would tell him no when he asks her out, and that would be really embarrassing. So where would you start to practice? Have your teen ask people things that he knows he may get rejected for. Ask for a 10% discount at the coffee shop. Ask a random neighbor if he can water their plants or cut their grass for $50. Ask a teacher if he can take a test a week later. Basically, help him practice getting rejected in a lower stakes situation than with the girl he likes. When he's gained confidence and coping skills for being rejected, then he can go ask the girl out. If you found this video helpful, let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing. This motivates me to keep making free videos to support parents and kids with overcoming anxiety. Now that you've finished this video, be sure to check out the one below. See you in the next video.